Happy Thirsty Thursday, fish keepers. It's just about 6:15. Got up early, ready to start the day. What are the pitfalls of this, however, is this. Check this out. Frozen solid. I have to wait here for like 20 minutes before I can even move anywhere. How's that going to help me progress today and get my water changes done? That is what it is. Made it! Got the coffee ready. Recapping what we're doing nice and early. Just on 6:30 now. Didn't actually take that long to defrost the windshield. We're getting through here. We're on the early shift. We're water changing. We're moving fish. We're making things happen. Because we got fish coming in today. And we don't have room for them. These fish are due to come out of QT today, so we've timed it pretty well, albeit pretty close for comfort, so yeah. Time to get crack-a-lackin'! Did the old manual override on my very technical system. I flicked the switches on for the lights because they weren't ready to be on. Holy shit, Batman, look at all these snails! I knew there was a couple in there, like I thought that many. Not that many. We're going to have to be dealing with that. Maybe time to employ some loaches. Normally I'd go with flubendazole, but I like to keep snails in the system, so that's not going to be ideal. So yeah, might be some loachy time going on in there. Anyway, lights are on. We're going to start moving some fish around. Water changes have begun, so we'll let these bad sabs kind of wake up. I'll double assess what I've written down and we'll go from there. So yeah, we're doing it. We're on to brew number 2. Water has been removed on all the tanks that need to be removed. I'm now going to fill up the water from all the tanks that need to be refilled, and then we'll assess exactly how many tanks I've got for fish coming in, double check everything is correct, and then we'll begin moving the fish that need to come from out the back into the front, and then a water change through them as well afterwards. We're getting there. I think it is, however, time for a little bit of a change in music. I've currently been enjoying some intimate times with Marilyn Manson. I'd like to ramp it up a touch. So we're going to live a little bit faster, a little bit louder, a little bit harder. We're going to dump on some Motley Crue. I think that is going to be the flavour for the next coffee. So, yeah, we're going well so far. We're tracking nicely. It's going good. Let me get back to work. Worked hard. It would seem that I was wrong and this tank wasn't empty. That might totally cook my calculations now. Turns out I had a couple of zebra loaches hanging around and I wasn't even aware of it. I'm trying to get the stupid hose out so they stop getting blown around. There we go. Yeah, turns out I had a couple of zebra loaches in there. I didn't even know. So we'll have to do a bit of reassessing now. That's okay. We'll make it work. Okay. The maths is mathing, except for these pygmy corridors, which we're going to go in that zebra loach tank, but they're not at the moment. So I've got to find a spot for them before I move fish around, or after I move fish around. But it's the only fish that are coming. Oh, that was quite close. I'm sorry. It's the only fish that is coming in that I'm not totally accommodated for. The green phantom's going to be taken from the bag. The signifiers, although I've ordered extra just in case we have some issues in transit, should be taken from the bag, so I might have 1 or 2 left over which I can chuck with the neons or something like that, just to make life easy. Don't normally quarantine 2 different species together, but if I have to, I have to, particularly if they've come from the same supplier. It's not as big of a deal. So that covers that. I've got silver mollies that I can still move, ember tetras. Got 2 tanks full of butterfly cichlids, green fire tetras, German rams, black rams. I've got lots of other fish that can move. We're just going to get that done. It's just gone 8 o'clock-ish. It's time for breakfast, it's time for more coffee, and then we will chug on with it as things arrive. So that's where we're at for now. And then I'm going to go through and just double check all my placements in the shop as well, because I've got to get that right at the same time. So about a third of the way through this process, I think, for the day, give or take. Still got to obviously move fish from out of here into the shop, do water changes on them if there's new fish coming in, which is going to be 1 or 2 possible tanks. Get the fish into the shop, get the new fish that are coming into the building, into the quarantine, get them acclimatized, put all the new fish, or fish that are available out here, available on the website so everyone can buy them. So we're about a third of the way through, so we're going okay. The early start was a good option, I think. On to number 3, and it is now time to change the music once again. I'm vibing a little bit of Alice Cooper. It's up enough to keep me charging. It's intricate enough to keep me thinking. And I actually think he's a bit of a lyrical genius personally myself. Anyhow, it's also time for the algorithm engager. This is the time in this video where I ask you a question blatantly to try and game the YouTube system. All I'm asking you to do is leave a comment on this question. Also give the video a like while you're at it. We're doing this so more people see the Fanatics Friday coffee date. And I might add, thank you very much, Fish Room family. It is freaking working. Right, the algorithm engager for today is: are you a concert goer? And if you are, what's the last concert you went to? And if you are a concert goer, what's another concert or another band you'd like to go and see? Because clearly I'm quite music orientated today. The last concert I went to was the Queens of the Stone Age in Christchurch, and it was absolutely brilliant, like incredibly brilliant. A band that I would like to see live, if I haven't, would either be System of a Down or Korn. Either of them I would really like to see live. And just adding to that, a band that I would like to see that is impossible to go and see live now would be Queen with Freddie Mercury topping them, because, well, Freddie was freaking awesome, Queen is freaking awesome. So, yeah, there's my algorithm engager for you. Are you a concert goer? What was the last concert you went to? What's a band you would like to go and see if you've got the opportunity to do it? And if you don't go to concerts, why not? They're a good time. Okay, on with the day. Went to have some apple. Pulled my apple out of the bag. Got a couple of brown spots. I was like, oh no, it's all rotten gross. I can't use that. I'm going to throw it out. Went to think about throwing it out. I thought, holy heck, the vinegar eels ain't going to care. I'm going to cut this up and put in the vinegar eels. Want not, waste not. No point in wasting bits and pieces like that when I can feed fish with it in the long run. Hey, follow along for more let your fruit rot tips. Very happy that I noticed, because this would not have been a pleasant bite if I just got honk and got a mouthful of black hard apple. Anyway, vinegar eels ain't gonna care. Yeah, we got the lights on. Good on you, Mr. Light. Once this week, I guess I'll have to take it. Okay. 10 to 11, and I just heard some banging and crashing. I was getting worried. I didn't think our boxes of fish were going to arrive, but they're here. I'm going to preemptively ask, who wants to see the box of fish be unboxed or opened while I got this video? And I know you're all going to put your hand up and like the video to see that, so I'm going to take that as a yes, and we're going to open some boxes and record them at the same time. Alright, we're going to open the box. But I'm not doing it if you haven't liked the video, and I know you if you would have or not. So get there and do that likey thing, or I'm not doing this. You understand? I can see in real time that you have just done it, so thank you. Let's open this box. This one's probably not quite as exciting as the other one. Not as many fish in it, but that's okay. It's a big bronze corridors. General stock, because the ones I'm growing out are growing too slowly. Some more bronze corridors. Bunch of plants. Snails, which you can't see anything. And some lupi, which we have got in for a customer. Oh man, that's a sharp looking fish. Oh, that is pretty. Yeah, so the lupi have come in for a customer. Far out, they are nice looking fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them for him. Yowza, they are incredibly bright. Man, that is red hot. I'm pretty happy with them. I guarantee he'll be ecstatic. What the far out? They're way brighter and way redder than my ones. Mine are like dull and washed out in comparison, and I thought mine were pretty good, but holy heck, they are pretty. Wow, I'm really happy with them. About to do box number 2. Number 2, not number 1, not number 3, number 2, and it's only 2. But I'm not doing it if you don't like the video. You've got to do it. You've done it? I reckon you've done it. Don't unlike it now. You've got to keep it liked. I reckon you've done it. In live time, I can absolutely understand that you've done that. Right, I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to check out what's in box number 2. Oops, sorry, which I think is actually called in the box number 1. Let's have a look. Newspaper. Woohoo! No, I'm kidding. Alright. Neon tetras. Harlequin Raspora. Both of these are for stock. Because I didn't have any, which makes sense. Emerald Eye Raspora, I haven't seen these for a very long time. I had somebody asking me for these, so I'm very happy that I could get them for them. Hopefully they are still after them. I'll find out when I send them a message. Oh, I did drop my box. Gold rams, again, someone has been asking me to find them some gold rams. Found them, they turned up. I'm happy, fingers crossed that they are still looking for them. I probably should have done like the logical thing and asked them prior to ordering them. Ottos, these are a customer order. They asked for 10, I ordered 15 just in case we have any issues with them while they are sitting in quarantine or have any DOAs or whatever, so we can give them the 10. I've nearly done it again. Give him the 10 that he wanted. So there's the balance of them. First glance, they're all looking okay. Relatively plump and chunky monkey, which is rad. Often they come in very, very malnutritious and very thin. Bag of water. Yeah, cool. Once again, we got them invisible fish. Happy days. Would have just been to fill the box, obviously. Signifier Blue Eye Rainbows. Again, customer order. I did talk to this person first. He was after 7. I ordered 10 just in case we had issues again in transit, just to make sure he got what he needed. So the others, if they don't want them in the end, will end up being in the shop. Albino Corridors. Customer order. Stu's been harassing me for a couple of weeks. You know who you are. Finally got them for you. You're welcome. I don't know how many they wanted, but it even doesn't seem like a good logic. Green Phantom. Customer order to be collected this afternoon. It's a pretty looking fish. Damn, Daniel. What if I just tell him it didn't turn up and keep it myself? No, I can't do that. Can't do that, Cameron. Behave yourself. And last one is Pygmy Corridors. Oh, we got a DOA in there. This is for stock. We've had a lot of people asking for them recently. The ones I've got aren't growing quite fast enough, so I had to basically stem the tide, if that makes sense, and order some in. So there we go. Now, got to go through either acclimatise them. Fingers crossed I've actually done the maths correctly, and they're all going to fit. Sun's out. Sun's out. Let's go. 11:07 because I was late because I was opening the boxes of fish. Time for another coffee. Hoping to make this one the last one for the day. I'm going to try to make this one the last one for the day. My fish maths was up by 1 aquarium, as I thought it would be, since I found those zebra loaches. Logically, I guess I would put the zebra loaches in the shop, because they're ready to go, and we'll put the Pygmy Corridors in the tank, so it's not all bad, so that is good. I'm going to have my coffee. I'm going to continue to acclimatise these fish. We're going to pack some orders, and then we're going to work from there. While I have my coffee, I'm going to sit down and reply to some emails, reply to some comments, all that kind of stuff that I have to do as well, which I don't really put on camera very often. So, coffee, hopefully the last one, and we'll go from there. Orders all packed. Right, all but one, which has got some snails in it, which I don't know. Time to have some lunch. It's just on 2 o'clock now. Do some lunchy stuff, and then release all the krakens. I think that's the next order of the day. Wow, the green severums are doing a far better job than what I did. What's this, day 2? And they're not fungusy. Significantly better options than me. Not that I can take this piece of wood out this time around, so they are stuck in there. Get some frozen food into the puffers. Still feeding out the frozen discus food. For the best part, they seem to go for it quite nicely. Whatever they don't eat. The coolie loaches in here will absolutely devour in the evening, so that's a good start. So you can see down there, chewing under that white fleshy stuff. I'm assuming it's a little bit of fish fillet or something similar, which is in the discus mix. That's happy days. All the fish are away. Worked pretty well. I ended up putting the pygmy corridoras in with the gold rams, purely because there's only 2 rams in there. Makes sense. And I was running out of time today, so it just made my life a little bit easier just to put them all in, sort them all out, and then I can begin bringing the other fish forward tomorrow if I get a chance, which I most probably will, as long as tomorrow's Fanatics Friday coffee date isn't too much of a grinder for me. No, not ideal. Not ideal at all.